From the Geico Studios of Fox Sports Radio, here's The Odd Couple, Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Rob, everybody was waiting for the Lakers' debut of LeBron James last night, and we finally got it.
Yay.
But it wasn't a good one for the Lakers, I guess, depending on your vantage point or what you expected, but they lost, bottom line. Portland Trailblazers take them out 128-119. No surprise, LeBron has lost every debut in his NBA career, meaning, his first game with the Cavaliers.
Why you say that?
Because his first game with the Cavaliers, he lost. His first game with the Miami Heat, he lost. His first game when he went back to the Cavaliers, he lost. And his first game with the Lakers,
But it was
That's what I mean.
But it was 101-100 with 7:30 to go in the game.
I'm just saying
that
they
game
lost.
was
That's
on the
all I'm
table.
saying.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying that game was in play.
It was, and they didn't deliver. And they didn't get it done. No, look, there's no shame in losing to the third seed in the Western Conference in their building. So I'm not saying it was a bad performance, but it was a loss. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying is if they would have won that, it would have sent a real message to the Western Conference if they go up there, because the Trailblazers have owned the Lakers. That was 16.
That was their 16 straight.
16 straight against the Lakers, which is incredible. That's an incredible
That really
number.
is.
Considering, you know what I mean.
They play the Blazers. They're in the Western Conference, so they play.
Right,
each
it's
other
not
about
one.
three
It's not
times
twice a year, right?
Right.
So it's incredible that they have such a streak going. But anyway, that would have sent a message. I looked at the game. I thought, okay, a lot of the stuff that I expected. I wasn't surprised that they lost totally. But the one bugaboo that really jumped out at me, and I know it was, an aberration, because you're not going to miss your first 15 three-pointers. But, Chris, you know this. What did everybody say? Where's the three-point shooting coming from?
Yep.
And questioned it. And it reared its ugly head in game one.
It certainly did. Now, on the flip side, if you want to be a glass, half full guy, after going 0 for 15, because they ended up 7 for 30 from three. So after starting 0 for 15, they actually hit 7 of their last 15 threes. I'm just saying.
But my only thing is,
I know you don't want to hear that because you Mr. LeBron hater, the Habot. You're not running away from the Habot. We got to give GW credit for that in Cincinnati. You're the Habot, especially when it comes to LeBron and now the Lakers, since that's his team. So, look. They hit 7 of 15. That's almost 50%. So maybe there's something. They're not going to be great from three.
But those three-pointers,
they can be decent.
I'm going to discount them because when you start knocking down threes when the game is already out of –
you just said the game wasn't out of reach. You just said, what was it, 1-0? What'd you say, 101?
100 with about 7.5 minutes to go. But I'm talking about after that.
The threes help get them back or keep them in the game.
And then I think if I remember correctly – the Trailblazers jumped out to about a 10, 11 point, and then they started making some baskets, made it close, and then the Trailblazers pulled away. Anyway, my point is that's going to be a bugaboo. I didn't think that LeBron James in the second half, he had 3 bad turnovers in the fourth quarter.
5 in the whole
right?
Half,
he was passive. He only took 5 shots in the fourth quarter. That game was around. I don't know why. And 20, what do you have, 26 points.
But he had 18 in the first half. He only scored 8 points in the second half.
Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's the part that I looked at.
He didn't try to take it over.
And he could have. That game was there for the taking.
Right. Well, let me ask you this, because after that game, LeBron said that, look, and he's right, it's not instant oatmeal. It doesn't come together right away. It's going to take some time. Rajon Rondo, the other veteran or, accomplished veteran on the team, he said, we have to be patient, like teachers. He told that to the undefeated. So what I want to ask you, Rob Parker, is do the Lakers have time to be patient? They are, in fact, in the Western Conference, after all. Do they have time to be patient?
This is the thing. I don't. And this is why I'm saying when a game is on the table like that, I would rather see LeBron go for it, even if he doesn't get it. But go for it. Try to get the win.
Houston tomorrow.
Exactly.
You could be 0-2.
You could be 0-2 and already piling up L's in the Western Conference. And this is the other thing. Last year, the difference between being a 3rd seed and an 8th seed in the Western Conference was 2 games. Portland won 49 games, and the team that finished 8th was that. Who was that? Was that Denver?
47. Denver was out. I don't know.
No, whoever was. I forgot. Yeah. Minnesota. They won 47, so it wasn't a big spread between being playing the first, having home court in the first round or being on the road
being out
after the first round. So that's why I'm saying that these games are important. And that's what I took away from it, that nothing had really changed yet. I'm not going to say they won anything or lost anything off of one game. No, that did not happen. But I don't know how much time. Do they have can they go 2-10 to start the season and hope to regroup? I don't know if you want to go.
They're not going to start 2-10.
I'm just saying you can't.
I mean,
can't be like
in
that.
Miami, when they started Portland, they were 9-8.
But Miami was way better than this team. Come on, let's be honest.
Yes,
this is kids and cast off.
That's true, but
this is kids and cast off.
Wait, you think 2-10 is actually a possibility? Or you were just throwing that out?
I'm just throwing it out because they could be 0-2.
Yeah.
Right?
But they not. If they're 2-10, it's really going to be ugly. I get you, though. The bottom line is every game in the Western Conference is important because it could be one game that keeps you out of the playoffs. I don't think this team will be in danger of missing the playoffs. But what I'll say is why I think they can't necessarily afford a slow start is because this is a team, Rob, and I'm sure we've talked about it just off the air when they've put it together. This is a team that has the greatest potential for volatility in the league. Lance Stevenson, if they're losing games and he's not playing a ton or not playing particularly well, he could go off. Rajon Rondo.
He could start blowing in everybody's ear.
Right. Rajon Rondo, who has had problems by his own admission with every coach he's played for.
No doubt about it.
He could go off. Lonzo Ball, what if he's not playing a lot?
He played 19 minutes last night.
Now, they said he's on a minutes restriction, but I don't know if he would have played more even if he weren't on a minutes restriction.
Because he was also a little passive in the first half. He finished with 7 points.
He was okay. I mean, he ended up playing okay. But what if he's just another role player, which it looks like he will be, and they're losing? Does LeVar make a reemergence and start talking? That's my point. And then Luke Walton, if they start slowly. Now, when LeBron and his Heat team started slowly in Miami, the players weren't happy with Eric Spoelstra. But Pat Riley, who was running the organization, he was like, look, if you're going to win, it's going to be with Eric Spoelstra. If he hadn't had Spoelstra's back, Spoelstra may have been gone.
But Pat Riley's probably the only guy who was able to pull some, have muscles against the players in that standpoint.
If any GM, certainly Magic and Rob Pelinka or Magic, have enough clout that they can tell LeBron and Rondo or whoever else they need to tell, Luke's our guy.
But the only difference is,
will they?
Right. The only difference is Eric Spoelstra was Riley's guy.
Right.
He did, but Rob Pelinka and Magic didn't hire Luke Walton. So they're not bound to him the way that Riley was with Eric Spoelstra. That was his guy.
That's my point.
Right.
That if they start slowly, in addition to players popping off and, even LeBron, he's been passive aggressive. He could get on social media and start tweeting or putting out Instagram posts that just cause drama. He's been known to do that. It could get crazy from that standpoint, but also it could cost Luke Walton his job.
Right.
I was talking to somebody in the league the other day, another executive. I know you.
I know. I'm always curious if this is the same guy you're talking to.
And this guy told me that if Luke Walton loses his job, that's a huge mistake because he thinks Luke Walton is a really good, promising young coach, and his track record shows that he does know what he's doing. But he could end up being
not based on the Warriors. Come on.
No, but I think he's done some good things.
I'm not saying that he can't. I'm just saying, please, let's not base it off the Warriors because they could have put anybody in that spot.
I'm not going to base it off that. That team was so good. I'm not going to base it off that. But he did keep the ship running, which, right, a lot of guys could have done that. But my point is, I think he's done some good things with the Lakers. I think he's done some good things with the Lakers. So.